Why did they make this movie? Why? Money. That's always the answer. I know it. You, the people at home, know it. We all know it. Hello, we just got out of Joker 2, or just Joker Folie, Deux, which is a film that left me speechless as the credits rolled. I will say that for it. I did not even know what to say. We just sat in silence when the movie finished. I kid you not. And then I turned over to Duck after probably at least a minute of silence between us. I turned to Duck and I said, "What did you think of that?" And we both kind of had a similar reaction, which was that was something that we watched. Our reaction was mostly, why? Why? What? No. So before we get into this is a spoiler-free review. So just FYI, if you're still here, hello. And also, yeah, you don't have to worry. We're not going to spoil anything for you. I will be doing a full review where I get into everything that happened in it. But to give you a general idea of what I'm thinking of it, yeah, that was a weird movie. And I can see why a lot of the reviews, I think, for this one, although I haven't read anything because I try to go in as much of a blank slate, but I was hearing that reviews for this were mixed and that some people are saying it's great and some people are saying it's awful. And I would say it's really neither of those things. There are elements of it that I can understand are quite masterfully done. The cinematography in this film is great. The acting is great. The music even is really good, I think. Like, it sounds good anyways. I have some questions about why they made certain choices with the vocals on certain tracks, and I really want to look more into what the recording process was like for this, because to me it almost sounded like it was recorded like in person, like they recorded it on set at times is what it sounded like, and then at other times it sounded like produced. So I'm not sure if any of it was recorded on set or if it's all lip syncing. But what I am sure of is that this is one of the weirdest musicals I've ever seen. And I went to the theater to see Cats, okay? So I need you to keep that in mind. And yet, somehow, this felt weirder and more awkward than Cats at times. There are moments where I'm just like, I just need you to stop singing because this isn't doing anything for the actual film. And I like musicals. Obviously, I went to see Cats, so that tells you right there. I like musicals, but there is something that is important, I think, with musical productions, and that is that where the music tends to come from in a story. The music is supposed to usually be a reflection of a strong sense of emotion, and oftentimes it can also drive the plot forward. So you'll get a lot of big moments that, you know, you burst out into a song, and then even sometimes at the end of those songs, like there'll be a quick like, and now we're getting married or something, and you're like, wait, whoa, what? So stuff like that can happen. It's big moments. This does a lot of the music not in that way. I just don't feel like it's as emotionally driven in most cases. When it is emotionally driven, it's not adding anything that we haven't already seen in the film. So the other thing that I feel about it is that when it comes to the actual film, the scenes are just more compelling than the musical segments, which then makes me just not want them to be there. Not because I don't enjoy the music, but more just because everything else is more compelling in the film. And it's clearly a film. Like, they understand the point of film. They understand show, don't tell, these very crucial pillars. And musicals, not to say that you can't have that, but it's like the film is already doing what the musical number would do. So it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. I mean, the other thing that I will say is that Lady Gaga being in this, I love Lady Gaga. I feel like she's such a great actress. I feel like she's such a great vocalist, such a great musician. She's phenomenal across the board. Joaquin Phoenix is also phenomenal. And he also has a really, I think, beautiful singing voice. It's very distinct as well, which is something that I like about it. But I will say that I feel like when you're in a musical with Lady Gaga, good luck to you, because I just feel like it's hard to measure up to her abilities. And it makes you look not as strong vocally. But it's not that Joaquin Phoenix can't sing, it's just that she's so amazing that by comparison kind of takes away from his vocal prowess, is what I would say. I felt that way too in, what was that other movie she was in with?
Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, it was Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born, the remake of A Star is Born. I also felt that. Even though Bradley Cooper also, I think, has a great voice. I think he also has a great voice, but anyways. The costumes in this were really nice. There is one specific look that I mean, it was in the trailer, so I could probably say it. I don't think it's a spoiler. There's a specific look that Lee has, who, I like how they insisted that we all call her Lee, and then in this they're like calling her Harley. Like they call her Harleen Quinzel, I think, at one point. I was like, okay, well then why'd you guys emphasize like this isn't Harley, this is Lee, and then you said it in the movie, but all right. Anyways, Lee. I'll call her Lee because that's what has been asked by the creators. There's a moment when she is entering the courtroom and it's like the final day of the trial. Arthur Fleck. She's got this red blazer on. She got this black and white sort of dress or bodice almost underneath, with her black leggings that are diamond patterned. I love that look. It's so good. But one thing that I don't love is this characterization of Harley or Lee, whatever you want to say. Obviously, she's clearly supposed to be a stand-in for Harley, whether she's actually Harley or she's a character that's going to inspire Harley. Like what Arthur Fleck is supposed to be, I don't know. I don't know. Why was this made though? Because there's nothing that it says. It doesn't say anything. That's my problem with it. And there's a lot of opportunities for this film to make a statement on anything. There's so many important things that are showcased in this. Specifically, I would say the corruption of the prison system in Gotham and how that's all a mess. We could have said something about, I don't know, prisoners.
I'd say that the biggest thing for me is that every statement that the movie tried to make was already made in the first film, and it felt like it was retreading a lot of that.
It felt like reliving trauma.
Like we were already there for all of that. It was just kind of like the epilogue that we didn't need.
I mean, there were even flashbacks. You know your sequel is a sequel when you got flashbacks.
Flashbacks to the first film.
Like, we know, we were already there. And the answer is, well, and nothing. Yeah, there was nothing really to add. I will say, on a lot of other levels, like I said at the beginning of this video, just technically speaking, I think there's a lot to enjoy in this film. I don't think you need to really see it like immediately or anything like that. But I will say if you were curious and you wanted to watch this film, I think there's still a lot there for you to enjoy. I think as it goes on, it becomes more of a slog. And for me, kind of when we got down to the last third or last third to last quarter, especially the last quarter, I felt like, what are we even doing anymore? Like, just end the movie. Like, please just end the movie. Like, there's clearly nothing that you need to tell me about this. And while there are opportunities for it to go somewhere, it feels like at every corner, it just chooses not to. It chooses the more, like, boring options for the story. In terms of the script, I will say I think the dialogue is still quite compelling, but just the story is the main thing that I have an issue with because there's nothing interesting in particular about it. It doesn't have anything to say, and it doesn't really lead us to anything of note. Unfortunate, because there's a lot of cool relationships as well in this film that we could have explored that kind of just get established to go nowhere, it feels like, in my opinion. So that's basically how I feel about it. Overall, I think I would give this film, kind of hurts to say, but I think I want to give it a 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5 for me. Easy 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Artistically, in terms of acting and cinematography and music, it's all there. None of it comes together. None of it.
The problem is it has no core, is what it feels like. It has no core, and you can't build something without a core. This is important to film. We have to know why we're here. Why am I watching this? And it just doesn't give you a reason, unfortunately. Although, like I said, I think if you love film, if you love the first movie, I think there is going to be some stuff here that you'll find at least interesting to watch. It's not, at least it didn't put us to sleep. Didn't do that, but did make me wonder why. And unfortunately, you'll get no answers in this film. If you're wondering why, I don't think there's any answers for you. Well, I hope people got paid well. That's what I will say. And, you know, hopefully they're all paid now, because I don't think this is going to make a ton of money.
No.
Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the same success. But we'll see. We'll see. Let me know if you've seen it, what you were thinking, or if you're planning on seeing it. You know, what is compelling you to see it? What are you hoping? If there's something you disagree with here, let me know what you disagree with. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know if you have some other take that is completely off the wall. I love that. Share it with me in the comments. I'll see you there, and I'll see you in the next video. But until then, friends, stay nerdy. Bye!